Hello everyone, and welcome to another beer review. Now today's a Wednesday video, and it's also a celebration as well because we're celebrating the end of the reviews from the lovely brewery. Yes, we've finally reached the end. I know you were thinking, God, is he still doing that piss? Well, the answer to that question is yes, he is. But finally, this is the last one, unless I've missed out one. There's one hiding somewhere. But as far as I know, this is the last one. Thank God. Not because I would say that the beers were, well, let's be told, some of the beers were bloody awful, absolutely unbelievable, worst, some of the worst I've ever fucking tasted. But some were okay as well. What I didn't obviously envisage that there were so many of them. But anyway, feels like a marathon more than a review. So today we're going to be doing the Lovelane Pale Ale. Oh, I was so lucky on the lush. It's floral, fruity and full of flavour. There you go. And there's piss in the back, but also because it's a Wednesday video, we're going to be doing the last of the dodgy copies from Russia. So today we're going to be doing Steersman bourbon whiskey. It's not going to taste like bourbon, it's not going to taste like whiskey. None of them have. None of the other previous ones tasted anything like whiskey. Because we had Nicky Thompson and there was another one that was supposed to be foul or something like that. But anyway, it was fucking foul. But anyway, but yes, we'll get on to this. But there is some spiel in the back of the Lovelane can, and you know I'm a sucker for a bit of spiel. Lovelane started out to make a modern pale ale, perfectly balanced, punchy and packed full of New World hops. Oh shit. Lovelane Pale Ale, our flagship beer, is perfect for everyday drinking. Yeah. The malts is Golden Promise, caramel malt, amber malt and malted wheat. On the hops are Citra and Falconer's Flight. And the nose is citrus, floral and tropical fruit. Palate is fruit, biscuit and floral. Finish is dry and clean, and I always say, well, when I leave the bathroom I do like to feel dry and clean. But apparently we're going to be able to taste it. That's lovely, isn't it? And IBU is 35. There you go. Marvellous. It's a 440ml can, and they're charging you 4.3% ABV for the pleasure. Price, I think it was around about the £1.20, £1.30 mark. It's actually quite cheap, really quite shockingly cheap. But anyway, such is life. Now, to get onto this little beauty, Special Reserve Steersman, the original crafted bourbon whiskey, allegedly, made with the finest quality corn. New Steersman is an epitome of lavishness and quality drinking. 40% by volume, and it's matured in the finest oak barrels, ensuring perfectly balanced flavours. And it's in a traditional American recipe. There you go, eh? Not kinky poos, eh? Jesus, I wish my bloody... Why do they make them so small? Some of the writing, there's absolutely no chance of me actually being able to read that. Absolutely not. First thing, anything is a big giveaway, is when they have anything in Russian on the label. Because there shouldn't be, unless what they do is they'll put an import sticker and then they'll, like a duty sticker, and then they'll put a separate one in Russian on the back. But as you can see, it's all in Russian there. The lying little thorax, and trust me, no Western spirit company is going to spend time basically changing the labels to put it in the language of any destination country that their product's going to be in. What they'll do is they'll actually, their importer will obviously deal with that, because the labels will have to be approved by the local authorities, and then of course obviously the importer will add these approved labels meeting all the kind of local regulations of that country, you see. So that's why you wouldn't waste time pre-printing anything on the label, because at the end of the day you could have a change of policies and you could have a lot of bottles there that are now unable to be sold because they no longer meet local regulations and laws. So that's why. So it makes it easier for you to change them. And there you go. Right, so shall we crack open the final can of lovely. I'm being trolled, by the way, by Floppy Dave. He sent me pictures and videos of nice pints that he was having in the pub today. The bugger. He was even slagging off Guinness drinkers, which I'll be totally honest, I mean, I think everybody should be slagging off Guinness drinkers, but yes, he was splitting the B rather than splitting the G on a nice Bushy's pint. So he was, the bugger. I sent him pictures of this. He wasn't impressed. I don't know why. He's seen the previous Lovelane videos. I've made off. There's been enough of them. And he's seen the quality that has been. What the fuck has been on at the bottom of that glass? Is this the fucking knife again? I fucking bet it is. You shit. Come here, you fucker. That's better. Doing the fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ, what she been doing to my glasses? What the fuck, I've only got two, by the way. I'm supposed to have four of them. Although I did notice one that appeared from nowhere, and I think she's been using it as a fucking water glass again at the side of her bed. Jesus, they're all out to get me, aren't they? Jeez. The old saying, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they aren't out after you, you know what I mean? Jesus, I poured that well. I can fucking smell it. Now, if you haven't seen any of the Lovelane, one of the big problems is when the beer has been really bad and basically undrinkable. And I mean, trust me, it has been undrinkable in some of the products that I've tried. Certainly taking one for the team. Is that they really do kind of overhop a drink. You know, really overhop it, and not with natural hops either. It has this kind of really god-awful flavour, as if they've basically used too much of the extract oil, you know, hop oil, and not good. God. Oh, fuck's sake. They got fucking fairy liquid in this bloody can. T-ball. Used to do that at school. Used to challenge your mates to drink it. Take a shot of T-ball. Go on, I dare you. Yeah. Then they're queasy for the rest of the day and that type of stuff. Farting bubbles. Yeah. Those are the days, eh? I think it was probably a lot of kind of scant consolation to a lot of teachers of mine, you know, when they basically got into their kind of deathbed, and the relief of knowing that they were dying, they were having to fucking set eyes on a bastard like me. Oh, I wish he was there. Anyway, it's a bit cloudy. Ooh, and a bit, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on there? It's not just cloudy, it's kind of smoky. You see that? The fuck? Because it's clear at the bottom, look. It's clear at the bottom and kind of, see how it goes? That's freaky. That's really kind of freaky. Smell wise. Citrus. citrus, kind of maybe slight lemon tones. Grain, maybe malt. Mostly citrus and slight lemon tones. So yeah, there you go. It's yeah, I'm not happy with it. It's kind of from there it's crystal clear, and then it starts to kind of get a little kind of slightly kind of smoky. Oh God. Ah, fuck it. Actually not as bad as what I thought it was going to be. Definitely nowhere near as bad as the golden ale of the Higsons and the bitter from the Higsons, which was tremendously bad. Both of them. This actually not too bad. Not my most favourite kind of style of beer, and I'll be totally honest, if I wasn't doing reviews, I probably wouldn't buy this style of beer, especially if it's got anything to do with New World hops and all that. I just wouldn't buy it at all. So I'm definitely kind of reaching new horizons. Oh, I'm going to be a tiny wee bit of fucking pine there, and if you know anything about me, I'm not a big fan of pine. It's going to come, and it's going to. I do apologise. I can just feel that coming from my boots. So I could. Anyway, shall I get over to another dodgy drink? Although this one isn't actually as dodgy as what I thought it was going to be. But should we try a bit of the old steersman? Kind of. I nearly threw up there. Okay, so I don't even get any water. Fuck, I poured a lot of that. Shit. Forgot what I was doing. Right. Right, it's got two main kind of aromas. Acetone aromas and esters. And if you're wondering what esters is, we used to do them in chemistry at school. It's chemicals that can have a natural replication of certain kind of flavours. And one of the famous ones with esters is the famous pear drops. And this has smells of pear drops and acetone. Neither of which are particularly pleasant in that type of concentration. Oh, fucking piss. What's she done to me now? Okay, shall we give it a go? That's burning my tongue. Oh fuck, that's a new one. And it's on the sweeter side as well. Jesus Christ. Oh, well, it's nothing if not entertaining. Well, it's probably for people watching it. It sure as hell isn't for me. Jesus. Oh, fucking easy that. Right. That burnt my tongue. Oh, fucking hell. Last time I had a sensation like that in my mouth is when I went to gargle with TCP before realising I was supposed to fucking dilute it first. Remember that time down in my sister's flat down in London? Fucking hell. Sore throat. Oh, you can gargle with TCP. Oh, I'm well in there. fucking rough as a bastard, but I thought, Jesus, this is hellish, but fuck it, I'm going to keep going, I'm going to persevere. And she's in like, what's wrong? I says, bloody rough as fuck in the mouth, by the way, it's burning like a bastard. And she's like, did you dilute it? Which part I said, no. Oh, I don't know what this piss is. But there we go. It's a hat trick. Not one of them tastes like a whiskey. Not one of them actually tastes like a drink that I recognise. Yes. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. I mean, seriously. Any jewellery need cleaning? If you do, please send it to P.O. Box. Fucking seriously. Suppose you could rub in a car, couldn't you, Yeah. Or panel wipe. Fuck, I took too much at that time. The teensy little sip was just a teensy bit too much. Fuck, that'd been tasty, so it was. Oh, imagine that being poured over your bare skin. Another fantasy. Confession. Well, let's just say that if you're a whiskey drinker of any type in Russia, and you've been enjoying your favourite tipple from whatever whiskey producing country, whether it's from Japan, America, Canada, or from the kind of European shores, I think you'd be severely disappointed with any of these. Nucky Thompsons up there. Look what I poured out of Nucky Thompson. And look what silly bastard poured out of this one. Seriously, for fuck's sake, Nucky Thompson. Jesus, that's a lot of shit. And the other one was Fowler's Apple Whiskey infusion, which was just unbelievable. So that was 35%. This was 40. The Nucky Thompson, and the steersman is just unbelievably vile. I might take them down from my for my sister's partner to try. John Morris. He likes a good whiskey, so he will love these. So I'll give my sauce. Jesus, that's fucking bad, so it is. Anyway, back to the beer. Let's break down these flavours. Starts off, you get a little kind of light malt flavour. I mean, it's kind of light, so you're getting kind of caramel with little slight honey tones. It's quite nice, quite pleasant. You've got a little bit of grain, and you get a bit of sweetness. No, not too much, but a little bit of sweetness, which does tend to feel like it drops. It doesn't actually, but it feels like it drops when it gets in the mid-tongue, because that's when our friend the hops kind of pops in to say hi, that type of thing. So yes, in the mid-tongue, that was my foot on the stool. It wasn't me going, There we go, just really proves that. You probably think we've let off twice now. But yeah, you get to the mid-tongue. It's the hops kind of kick in, and while not overly strong, there's still enough hops there to kind of. And again, they're not the cleanest of hops. You're getting kind of slightly kind of light kind of lemon citrus. You get a bit of kind of grapefruit citrus. I don't know where the floral comes in because I'm getting no floral really. But because when they kick in, you kind of lose a bit of the sweetness. It kind of dies down a bit. And yeah, that's what you're getting most of the mid-tongue. Is just kind of a little bit of malt with a little bit of sweetness, and then it's really just kind of hops. Again, like I said, they're not bad or sickening and all that type of stuff, but you know, it's just, I could see if you were trying to have a session on this beer, you get sick of it very quickly because it's just these flavours. There's nothing really interesting about, right, we've got hops. That's nice. Yeah, we've got hops. Right. Is it going to do it? Nope, it's just hops. Okay. And like the start of the mid-tongue right all the way to the... Yeah, hops. Yes, just hops. Yeah. Same flavour. Monotone. You know, that type of thing. And your mouth is going like... There's a lot of hops there. Not intense, but just continuous. That's it. It just doesn't really give you anything more, to be totally honest. And then when you get to the kind of back end, you get ever so slight, very light piney tones, and then a fairly kind of clean finish. Not really any bitterness, just a little bit of sourness from kind of piney tones. And yeah, the flavours all kind of dissipate. The malt and the sweetness is what's left of the sweetness is the first to go, and then obviously the hoppiness, it dissipates quite quickly. One good thing, nothing lingers, which is good. Yeah. It's actually okay. Not the worst, not the best, but like I say, it's not really my kind of style of beer. It's not the type of ale I would normally buy. I would have done in the past for a more kind of traditional, but the thing is, most pale ales you buy nowadays, I would probably say at least 90 to 95% of them that you buy nowadays, they're more along the kind of, you know, modern style with New World hops. So yes, you don't get really traditional style pale ales anymore. So yeah, that's why one of the reasons why I just don't buy them, because I'm just not going to get what I would be looking for. And you also run the risk that they maybe going a bit haywire with the hops and things like that, and then you've got something that really is quite undrinkable. So yeah, that's not a kind of beer I would go to, but yeah, it seems pleasant enough and nice enough, and you're into kind of more of these kind of more modern pale ales and things like that, and you probably actually quite like this. And for the price of it, you probably really would quite like it. So I mean, the malt's not too bad. Body, again, not too bad. You're not looking for a lot of body for this kind of style of beer anyway. And the malt intensity, well, it's maybe on the lighter side, but I think it's supposed to be on the lighter side because I think it's supposed to be a bit more sessionable anyway. But pale ales are usually a bit more sessionable. You know, it's the nature of them. Whether modern or traditional. So yeah, on the basis of that, it's actually not too bad. I like the little kind of bit of honey tone that's kind of hanging about, but the kind of light caramel at the front of the mouth, and yeah, you know, so there are some nice kind of little flavours there. And yeah, it's not complicated in any way. And mouthfeel's not too bad, even though it was a wee bit kind of gas and gave me a wee bit of burpees and that type of stuff, but a little bit of wind. But yeah, overall, actually not too bad. So what would I give this out of 10? Oh, good question. What would I give it out of 10? It's actually not too bad, and with the price of it, I was thinking about maybe a bit of 4.5, but then the price is really quite low because I'm sure it's around about the 120 kind of mark per can. And let's be totally honest, for nowadays prices, you can't really complain at that. And it is very drinkable, this one, so there's no issues from that point of view. And even if you're not so into the kind of modern style pale ale, it's still drinkable. Maybe not your first choice or your favourite, but it's still drinkable. But if you're into these style of beers, then it's very drinkable. So I'm looking at that price, so I'm going to give it a 5. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 because, well, there's more to it than, say, kind of mainstream lagers and everything else. And yeah, it's quite a fair distance away from some of the Hexton products. Like I said, the bitter and the golden ale, which were just unbelievable to the point they're just not drinkable. Let's be totally honest. So this is 100 miles away from that. It's just, you would almost think it was a different brewery compared to them, which is a good thing. So there you go. So it's 4.3%, 440ml can. It's roughly about the £1.20 mark. It's 5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye for now.